Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Crypto Crow. Thank you for joining me and welcome. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and a parabolic rise or a potential parabolic rise because we all know what's coming. I mean, we feel it in our bones. We feel it in our gut, the moment that we wait for every bull market. Now, in the past, if you look at the market cycles, let's just say hypothetically that every market cycle is a 4-year period of time. You've got 2 years in the bull market, 2 years in the bear market. And even if there's an elongation to these market cycles, okay, as each one comes and goes, the next one comes, but everything just gets stretched out just a little bit longer. Even if that's the case, we're still going to see parabolic increases in price action of Bitcoin, typically followed by a roughly 40% decrease. Okay, so even if the market were to go just vertical, we see commonly in a Bitcoin bull market the price action retreat back by as much as 40%, and we see that happen multiple times. So the trick is, if you're trying to speculate on Bitcoin or you're trying to trade it at all, it's selling at those peaks and then regathering and accumulating at the base, at those bottoms. So it's no secret that Bitcoin's going to continue rising up and we're going to get pullbacks. I mean, it's just the nature of things. But this article I found a little interesting, so I figured I'd share it. Should history repeat? The Bitcoin price is about to go parabolic. This is by Nick Chong. Bitcoin has undergone a 25% rally over the past 2 weeks as buying pressure in the digital asset market has heated up. The leading cryptocurrency currently trades for $13,800, far above the $9,800 lows seen in September, which is very true. It has not been very long at all, and we're up quite a bit already. Analysts think that Bitcoin has room to extend to the upside in the months ahead. One crypto asset chart has shared a chart on November 1st indicating that a pivotal macro technical indicator shows Bitcoin may soon go parabolic. Bitcoin could soon go parabolic, predicts macro indicator. While few noticed, I did, Bitcoin's rally off the September lows was a notable one. As the chart below shows, the rally meant that Bitcoin managed to hold a pivotal technical level, the 20-week Kijun Sen line of the Ichimoku cloud. The trader that shared the chart below noted that Bitcoin rallying off the Kijun-sen makes the recent price action look eerily similar to that seen prior to the exponential rally seen in 2017. And here's the chart. Now, this is actually going all the way back into 2014 if you look at the time frame. So you had 2014 highs, then you had the bear market dip. Then we started off in the next bull market in 2016, which continued to rise up until we started getting into 2017, which is where everything went parabolic up until, December, January of 2018, where we got our peak. And so we're seeing similarities to this now. It's basically saying this area here is where we are here. So that we're basically due for a parabolic run. And I believe we are, but I don't think that's going to start until 2021 and conclude at the very beginning of 2022. And again, as it's been noted, like Benjamin Cowan, I really like that guy. I haven't talked about him in a while. He's not a lot of flash and trash, but he's got a lot of really good information. I think the guy's a PhD mathematician. He's a young guy. And I've tried helping him in the past, giving him some advice on things, and he seems to be really growing and doing really well because his information is sound, his data is sound, his formula are sound. Everything the guy does is solid as a rock. So check him out if you haven't already. But he has basically shown on logarithmic charts and the like how Bitcoin's price action and bull and bear markets are lengthening in time every cycle, and that he's thinking that the ultimate Bitcoin high, the peak of the Bitcoin market, isn't going to come until maybe 2023 or even beyond. I actually kind of disagree on that sentiment because I think that the market is honestly structured in a way right now because we don't have that big mass adoption yet, where it's still more easily confined and controlled to shorter time frames. That's just personally what I think. But if you look at some of the stuff he does when it comes to charting and logarithmic charts and all that, he makes a pretty good case. I think it could go either way at this point, but ultimately that's what we're seeing. Bitcoin's recent rally is also of technical importance because it has brought the cryptocurrency above a number of key technical resistance levels. The week before last, for instance, Bitcoin closed its weekly candle above the $12,000 resistance. $12,000 held as a resistance on a weekly level during the 2019's rally, along with the relief rally at the start of 2018. Driving this Bitcoin explosion higher is institutional investment and the inflation narrative playing out right now, according to Matt Hugan of Bitwise. Now, here's the thing that I want to address on this stuff. I believe, and I, I could be kind of crazy for even saying this, okay? I typically like to read between the lines when I see a lot of stuff going on. And when we have such predictable patterns as the Bitcoin price action in the bull and bear market, I have to believe there are other forces at work than just standard, typical community speculative interest. Okay? I don't know if it's botting. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do believe that there's something else going on that's keeping the cycle and the what's the word I'm looking for? The predictability of the market. And I truly believe that people, because when you're talking about a new asset class like Bitcoin and all of the other cryptocurrencies for that matter, there are always going to be changes in society happening throughout the course of time. And when you're talking about a 4-year cycle, there's always going to be catalysts, or what we are told are catalysts to specific price action variables, I guess you could say. And it seems like now it's all about the Fed printing money ad nauseum, deflating the value of the dollar, and that's driving speculative interest, and people hedging into Bitcoin. And that could be true, and I'm sure it is to some extent, but I do not believe ultimately that is the cause of a lot of the spikes and the increase in price action. I believe, I don't know what, but I do believe that there's something else under the radar, under the scene. And for all I know, it's, it could be the NSA controlling the market, keeping things predictable so people feel it's more safe to get into, which is driving up all of this. And I could be crazy. I don't know. Maybe I am. I've got my tinfoil hat on. I just can't help but, if you look at the charts and you look at the history, it just feels eerily predictable to some degree. And I just think that it has a lot more to do with whatever might be happening beneath the behind the curtain, so to speak, like in the Wizard of Oz, than just like the market. And I know we have these charts that are kind of breaking down, the typical positions in a market cycle. You've got paranoia, you've got euphoria, all of that stuff. And I get it. But I just believe that there's definitely more to it than that going on under the radar. So I do believe inevitably that Bitcoin is going to see $100,000 plus. I've done multiple videos on it. I feel like it's time I pull out the old calculator and check some things out. So maybe there'll be another one of those types of videos coming soon where we take a look at, on-chain metrics. We take a look at market cap. We take a look at the history and where we're at today and try to figure out where we might end up at the peak of this market and what kind of time frame. I like doing those kinds of videos. So if you're interested in me doing another one of those with all of the recent numbers, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate it. And until next time, guys, crow your coins, and I'll see you again soon.